Good morning and welcome. This is Pastor Bob, and this is Ascension Healing Fellowship for this Sunday, March the 7th. Or is it the 8th? I think it's the 8th. I'm sorry, March 8th, 2026. Excited that you're here and excited about this service today. Today, we're going to be talking about the new thing. The new thing. And we're going to dive into that here in just a moment. The verse that we're going to be using is Isaiah 43:19a. Now, when you use A, it just means the first part of that verse. And we're going to go over that here in just a moment. But super excited about it. Super excited about the meetup that we had Friday. And I've got the link to that as part of the description of this message. So if you want to click back and look at the meetup that we had, where Yesenia talked about exactly what the sacraments are that we do and what that looks like, you need to click on the link that's in the description of this message. So, hope you'll do that. So today, we're going to breathe in through the nose and say, inhale new, and breathe out through the mouth. Exhale old. You want to breathe in new and exhale old. Breathe in new and exhale old. So, let's start. Breathe in new. Exhale old. Inhale new. Exhale old. Inhale new, exhale old. Inhale new, exhale old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Isaiah 43:19a. Part of my new thing is a couple of kittens that we got in July. And I was actually in my office studying and doing some stuff when I heard a meow. All of a sudden we had kittens. That's part of what you hear here because we were not able to get all the kittens adopted. So now we have more cats, which is quite a blessing, actually, and quite a good thing. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the blessing and the good thing here in just a little bit. But let's start. So with Isaiah 43:19a, it says, doing a new thing. Behold, I am doing a new thing. I am doing a new thing. That's exciting. That's very exciting when we think about the soul and when we think about the spirit. And I'm going to tell you exactly why that's great and a little trick, a little exercise in order to help get you there when times don't seem so new. So, doing a new thing. Well, if you have a new thing, you had to have had an old thing. And the old thing was the idea of this wrathful, hateful, vengeful, angry, divine being who's like sitting there checking your actions and micromanaging your life and making sure you do this, and this correctly, and boom, 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 boom. And oh my gosh, it's like a very strong, kind of a just incredibly authoritarian and fanatical communistic idea, if you would. That kind of an idea. And the old was based on a separation. Again, the old thought was based on a separation. And the new is based on one. Based on one. What one? All, because all are one. That's what it's based on. The new is recognized as oneness. It's recognized as accepted. It's recognized as redeemed. It's recognized as justified. It's recognized as grace upon grace. It's recognized as perfect love. That's how the new is recognized. The new is recognized as a sense that the divine is perfect love beyond human comprehension. And again, the reason why it has to be beyond human comprehension is because we're human. We're human. We're going to do human things. We're going to have challenges. We're going to have problems. We're going to have things that we're upset by. We're going to have problems that happen to us. That's part of the journey. The journey in order to heal us. The journey in order to complete us. The journey that we must make in order to heal and move forward. That's part of the experience. Again, the kingdom is within. That's our journey. If you have trauma, part of the journey is that trauma. If you have great days, part of the journey are those great days. If you have bad days, part of the journey. Part of the journey. But that journey is the new thing. The journey within is the new thing. Can you stay stuck in the old? Yeah, you can. You can, and you can be miserable your whole life. You can listen to tapes again and again and again. That's totally your option. But Christ came that you might have life and have it more abundantly. So, how does this work? Well, first of all, the new thing shows the divine as loving you more than your own human. The new thing shows the divine as loving you more than the divine loves its own human existence. That was the message of the cross. The message of the cross is, I love you more than I love life itself. That's the type of love that the divine has for you and for all of us. That was the purpose of Christ. That was the purpose of pain. Pain is here to show us that the journey is not always smooth, but you're always going to be embraced by perfect love beyond human comprehension. Always going to have that embrace upon your soul. That's never going away. And that makes all the difference in the world. There's also a purpose of the plan. The plan. What is the plan? Well, the plan is for us to be able to rest more and more and in greater ways in that perfect love. That perfect love that embraces all souls. That perfect love that is without equal. That perfect love that is grace upon grace and mercy that never ends and embraces all of our souls. The new thing is showing us as one. It shows us as one. So, let me give you some ways that was shown by Christ. That was shown by Christ when he turned over the tables. Why did he turn over the tables in the temple? Quite simply, because they were trying to say, no, there's a gap between you and the divine, and you have to pay for it. You have to buy your way to heaven with good works, or you have to buy your way to heaven with putting money into the plate. And that's what you have to do. That was not the way the divine wanted it. And Jesus said so very plainly. Another way that we see that oneness is in crossed boundaries. Christ crossed every boundary that was known. The Good Samaritan, I've said that before, the Roman centurion that really understood his message when all the Jews and all the religious people didn't. The Nicodemus, who was the Pharisee, and he said, Nicodemus, you need to be born again. He crossed all these boundaries. He crossed those boundaries. And he said there's nothing, no one is left out at the wedding feast. No one is left out of the kingdom. It's for all. It's for all. It's for all. He came here to heal and set free. to heal and set free. Now, some people he physically healed, but I believe he healed us all in a spiritual way because he pointed to the kingdom being within, and that sets the prisoner free. To go within, that sets the prisoner free. He didn't do any jailbreaks, but he did set the prisoner free because he pointed to the kingdom and where it was at. The kingdom's not out here. It's not something to achieve. It's not some goal to shoot for. The kingdom is within. The kingdom is within. So, now it springs up. Behold, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. The spring is here. I was so happy. I was driving to the dog park early this morning and I got to see the white flowers coming out on the trees. And I thought, oh, this is beautiful. It's so great. It gave me another thing to be thankful for. Each and every one of those flowers. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Finally, right? After the long, difficult winter and all of the storms and all of this and that and the other, the spring is finally here. And what a beautiful thing that is. It indicates new birth. It indicates a new way. It indicates something new, and now it springs up. So, we're going to do this exercise, but this is about a spring of everlasting water. This exercise we're going to do is about a spring of everlasting water in a barren desert. And this is what I want you to wrap your head around for this week. I want you to wrap your head around this exercise because this exercise will literally change the way you see the divine. Okay? So, here it is. I want you to close your eyes and just imagine, just take yourself to a barren desert. There's no vegetation whatsoever. It's just sand upon sand. The wind is stinging. The wind is blowing hard. It's just sand everywhere. Sand everywhere. Do you get a really dry taste in your mouth? Do you feel, does the skin just feel dry? Does everything about you feel dry and barren? That's the place you need to be at. That's the place you need to be at. You really get in touch with your need for this water. There's nothing around. That's the picture that Christ was putting out. That's the image that Christ was displaying. And that's the image that everyone could have understood from his message. Now, I want you to see a spring of fresh, cool, wonderful water begin to bubble up right beside you. Keep your eyes closed and just see that spring bubble up right beside you. You begin to drink and you realize that this is the best tasting water you have ever had. It is so wonderful. It's so refreshing. It is freedom giving. It is life giving, life affirming, life. I've come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. And that's what this water means to you. That is the Christ within you. That is the divine as perfect love beyond human comprehension. How does it spring up? Our brain has a negativity bias. Our brain has a bias towards negativity and negative thought. It's just really who we are. Remember in the caveman days, right? We had to have that negativity bias because that's what kept us alive. So this is an exercise where we're going to practice when we see and when we begin to first hear that negativity bias, we're going to go within and we're going to do this exercise. You can do the spring exercise, and that's a wonderful exercise. And I hope that you will take that seriously and get that done and do that repeatedly. But with this exercise, what I want you to do is when you hear negativity, when you sense that something is telling you something negative, I want you to go, there's that negativity bias. There's that negativity bias Pastor Bob was talking about. And then I want you to stop for a minute and think of something that's beautiful. Think of something that you're grateful for. And breathe in and say, I am grateful. And then just mention what it is. I am grateful for the white flowers blooming from the trees in the spring. I am grateful that the spring weather is here and I can see the blooms and everything's beginning to come alive and all of the newness is growing in the fields down the road. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. Keep doing this for 3 to 5 minutes and think of something different every time. Grateful for that. I'm grateful for the kittens that are running around my feet. I'm grateful that they're not meowing right now. If they meow, I'm grateful that they're meowing. That means they're alive. I'm grateful for my wife, my amazing wife. I'm grateful that she's in my life. I'm grateful that she's an encourager. I'm grateful that she keeps the house pretty quiet when we're doing this, except for kittens. I'm grateful that these things are happening. I'm grateful that I can hear the kittens. As Thich Nhat Hanh says, be grateful for your eyes can see the colors and your eyes can see the other people. Be grateful for your nose can smell and can sense these wonderful odors and these wonderful smells. Be grateful for your taste. There's so much to be grateful for, and focus on that. And keep repeating that and keep focusing on that and keep going over that in your mind and in your soul and in your heart. I am grateful for, and then say what it is. I am grateful for the spring. I am grateful for the horses down the street. I am grateful for the power of gratitude. I am grateful for the good things in my life. I am grateful for those things that are not so good in my life. I am grateful. Be grateful in all things because all things are working for your good. All things are working for your good. Let hope, love, and peace spring up within you. Let them spring up within you with those 2 exercises. I hope this helped. I hope this blessed you. And please, please, please take a look at the link that's down below that is to the Friday session. If you want to know more about our sacraments and what Ascension Healing Fellowship does, please reach out to us on our Facebook page or, and actually that link for the Friday get together is directly to our Facebook page. So you can just message us on there and we will get back to you, I promise. I love you guys. Praying for you, and please, please, please watch Friday's episode. Love you guys. Chat soon.